Baruch, good morning, Botai, Erev Shabbat Shalom. Another very interesting halakha about Tfilat Arvit is that just like any other mitzvah that takes place during the night, the halakha is that you're not allowed to have Sudat Kiva, which is a meal of a settled character before you do that mitzvah. That applies obviously as well to Tfilat Arvit, especially because Tfilat Arvit has within it mitzvat aseh min Torah of Kriyat Shema shel Arvit. So because of that, many times a person will come home from work. Let's say it's a very common occurrence. Not everybody davens Arvit right when they get home. Many times people will come home from work or from wherever it is that they're coming. They'll come home, they want to eat dinner, and then later they'll go to a shiur, whatever it is, and then they'll pray Arvit later. The issue is, if you haven't yet prayed Arvit, you're not allowed to have a Seudat Keva for dinner. Seudat Keva, according to Halachah, means a kabetza, more than a kabetza of bread or mezonot, which means that if your dinner consists, not rice is it's mezonot, but it's not one of the 5 grains. But if you're having anything from the 5 grains, more than a kabetza of bread or of mezonot, the halacha is that you cannot have that dinner before you pray Arvit. Now, here's what some poskim say that you can do, or Letzion and others. Right now, since we said before that Tfilat Arvit has a deoraita in it, there's a way to bring down the deoraita to a derabbanan. How so? If you say Kriyat Shema, as is, l'shem mitzvah, then you already did the mitzvah deoraita. Then Tfilat Arvit only goes down to a derabbanan. So over there, we can be mekel, a person can be mekel to have dinner over there like you would for mincha. Even though according to Maran Shulchan Aruch, even by mincha, which is derabbanan, the Shulchan Aruch says you can't have more than a kabetza of bread or mezonot like we spoke about by mincha. But we said the minhag is like the Ramah. The minhag is like the Ramah that you're allowed to have a Seudah Ketana before mincha, which is anything that's not like a wedding, or a Seudah Gedolah is a Seudah, wedding, brit, whatever. But something that's a Seudah Ketana, that's mutar, so too by Arvit, as long as you bring it down to a D'Rabbanan by saying Kriyat Shema first. A lot of people don't know that. They come home, they eat a full dinner, and then they go later. Now again, it's important to say that according to Maran Shulchan Aruch, you're going to say, wait, I have a shomer, or I have a set time for Tfilat Arvit every night. That's wonderful, but according to Maran Shulchan Aruch, those things don't work. It doesn't matter if you have a shomer, somebody to remind you, or an alarm clock to remind you. That doesn't work. Or if you have a set time to pray Arvit, that also doesn't work. Unless you get the mitzvah aseh min Torah out of the way, then you can talk about shomer or an alarm clock or a set time for Tfilat Arvit. That will help on the rabbinic level of Tfilat Arvit, Yom Tov, and Shabbat Shalom.